Hello, my name is Ann Purvis, and I am one of the leaders of the Strickland TFN Nature Club, which has been meeting for 10 weeks. This is our final week until the fall, when we will resume with weekly Zoom get-togethers. The TFN Juniors always meets for an outing the second Saturday of the month, so that will continue. There is a meeting on July 11th and another one in the month of August before this program kicks in again in September. So part of our program has been to learn how to draw from nature. And 2 weeks ago, we worked on learning to draw the silvery blue. Our artist, Sandra, used this image of the silvery blue and showed us how to partition the page using shapes and lines. And so these are drawings submitted by her children. Sienna did the one in the lower right. Alexi did the two on the left, and her own drawing is the one in the upper right. So thank you so much to Sandra for such an amazing experience of learning how to draw from nature. These are pictures of black swallowtail eggs that were deposited on dill plants, taken by Karina and Sebastian. They are going to raise the caterpillars that emerge from these eggs indoors, and that is going to be exciting. I hope that they will submit the caterpillars and pictures of the caterpillars and swallowtail butterflies in the weeks to come, and we'll all get to enjoy this. Also, they found a monarch butterfly egg on the bottom of a milkweed leaf, and the monarch butterfly caterpillar on eating a milkweed leaf. So they are going to raise both of these as well. Karina and Sebastian and Ephraim were out eating lunch one day, and this amazing hummingbird moth came by and was drinking nectar from Dame's rocket, which is a tall flower that looks like phlox. And this is a hummingbird mimic. You can see its clear wings. It flies a lot like a hummingbird, but here is its long proboscis going in to get nectar from a plant. I had just been out in the garden and spotted a day-flying moth that I had never seen before, the 8-spotted forester moth. I took a picture of it, and next thing I knew, Karina had sent me pictures of the exact same moth that they had observed in their garden. Later in the week, Sandra Iskandar also sent pictures of this moth. So I'm guessing that this is a year when this 8-spotted forester moth is very abundant. We found the moth that we had the pleasure of observing on our Virginia creeper, which grows along the one side of our house in great abundance. And apparently the caterpillars eat from the growing tips of the Virginia creeper, but they also eat the tendrils that it uses to hang on to things. So I looked very carefully, and I did see some of the flowers also chewed. We will be looking for the caterpillar. So there's the photo I took. You can see the 8 spots, 4 on each side. We will be looking for this caterpillar here on our Virginia creeper in the next few days. This one is being eaten by a spider. This was not photographed by us. And Marina and Sonia took this picture of Agapostamon. This is the bee of Toronto. So it was picked as the bee of Toronto because it lives condominium style. So many female bees will share a common entrance to their burrow in the ground, each having its own tunnel where it lays its eggs and provides for its young. Marina and Sonia also photographed the American bullfrog tadpole. We're pretty sure that's what it is because it has a yellow ventral side, yellow stomach, but also the fins of the tail are more or less clear except with black speckling along the top. And they saw all of these. Marina and Sonia also photographed this greater egret, which is a white heron that does nest in the Toronto area, not any further north from here though. This is the very, very upper part of its range. I've seen these in the Humber River, and they are like other herons. They do nest in trees. They also sent in pictures of killdeer, which are an extremely cool shorebird. Killdeers don't build a nest at all. They lay their eggs in a gravelly place, gravel road or gravel parking lot or whatever, and the eggs are basically indistinguishable from the stones lying there. Because the nest is only protected by camouflage and has absolutely no other protection around it, the female has a very cool strategy where she pretends she has a broken wing so that the predator will chase her, and she moves away from the nest, trying to draw the predator away from the nest. I believe this is a scorpion fly. I wasn't able to actually find the scorpion fly image with this exact wing pattern, taken by Marina and Sonia. And Sonia, I think, photographed this slender meadow katydid, which is longhorned grasshopper. This is the kind of creature that we hear on a hot summer night up in the trees. They also saw a spotted sandpiper. These nest in our area, usually up against a log or up against a clump of grass. There's not a lot of nesting material around it. That it emphasizes for us the need of keeping our marshes and shorelines and some areas that are inaccessible to dogs, so that these shorebirds have a chance to actually reproduce safely. This is a stink bug taken by Sonia. So the stink bug has piercing mouth parts, and this one is quite common. It uses lilac bushes, which are common in people's gardens. It has the name stink bug because it emits a very smelly substance that deters most predators. Marina took this picture of a tree swallow leaving its nesting box. A very cool shot. So our challenge for this week was to observe moths, and it was very cool that we had the opportunity to see the 8-spotted forester moth. A number of us saw that. This is probably the most spectacular moth in Ontario. It is called the Luna moth, and we saw this on a cottage vacation last June at Oxtongue Lake. So this is a male. You can see the feathery antenna, and those feathery antennae it can use to track a female 2 kilometers away. It can pick up the scent of a female that far away. It is believed that these tails on the wings help to confuse the radar of bats. It's been sort of proven, I guess. So let's just see this little video. So this one in the evening, I don't know what the moth was doing, whether it had just emerged and was trying to warm up or dry its wings possibly. Luna moths are only in the adult form for 1 week, roughly 1 week to 10 days, when they emerge from the cocoon. They lay eggs on an appropriate species such as birch. Probably it was birch in this area since we were in Muskoka. Other trees that they lay eggs on are more southern deciduous type trees. And the caterpillars feed all summer. At the end of the summer, they will drop from the tree that they're feeding in and use their silk to create a cocoon which incorporates leaves. So I just want to show you an example of this. This is a Luna moth cocoon here, made of leaves and silk bound together. When the Luna moth is ready to come out, it has claws on the ends of its wings, which you can use to create an opening in the very stiff cocoon and crawl out backwards. This cocoon, though, protects the Luna moth all winter. So this thing can be covered with snow. It can be in leaf litter, completely buried in leaves.